Welcome to this introductory video. My name is Jan and I work as a trainer. In this video we're going to explore the concept of evaluation and how it can be applied to the non-formal education environment. In a learning environment, it is crucial to understand if the outcomes or the increasing competence among participants are as expected, or more or less. We present the most common reasons, methods and actors to implement evaluation in order to reach these results. But in a non-formal education environment, we must be very aware of the content that we're delivering and of the methods to assess the learning outcomes. In fact, the content we deliver in a non-formal education training is of such nature that it's very hard to measure in an objective way the learning outcome for participants. It's not easy to measure a level on leadership or openness to diversity. As for the system to evaluate such learning, normally in a non-formal education environment, participants' learning outcome will not be evaluated through an external commission, a final test, or the trainers, but rather it will be self-assessed by the participants themselves. But we need to understand how and to what extent learning happens in order to help participants become aware of their personal changes they go through in the training. Given these considerations, it's probably easy to understand why in non-formal education, evaluation relies strongly on self-reflection, on an active engagement of the participants themselves. So as trainers, we should provide space and tools for self-reflection, supported by insights and feedback from peers and other group members. It's a process based on some of the key principles of non-formal education. So the evaluation is a combination of self-awareness and peer feedback, and its main tools are self-reflection and group discussion. But the most common ways to implement an evaluation will include a mix of practical tools. Reflection groups, where participants meet to discuss freely on how an activity or a day went and what they learned from it. Questionnaires, with rating scales or open questions for a more guided evaluation. Active methods to share in a plenary the overall mood or positions on a certain topic. Rating tools, often digital and interactive ones, and many more. A simple way of organizing such tools is by arranging them according to the level of interaction between the people involved, ranging from individual reflection, small group discussions, and sharing in a big plenary. Evaluations can make the results immediately visible to the whole group, like in the activity Take a Stand, where people must choose which side of the room they will stand according to the fact if they agree or disagree with a sentence, or can collect individual feedback on the questionnaires that might be analyzed later after the training. A crucial variable to set up an evaluation is the way we structure it logically and chronologically. As for the logic behind it, we can refer to theoretical models describing the stages of the experiential learning cycle, for example. Chronologically, it can be very useful to start with an initial assessment of the learning needs and objectives, and later plan a mid-term evaluation session in order to monitor the way the educational experiences is developing, and maybe take actions to adjust it in order to better reach those goals. Then it is recommended to end your training with a final evaluation session. It will be also a moment to assess other aspects of the training, such as overall participants' satisfaction, the logistics, any other aspects. But most of all, it is the perfect moment to analyze the end of the learning journey and its outcomes. Ideally, to complete your evaluation cycle, a further assessment of the impact of the training should also happen a few months after it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to watch the other videos on our YouTube channel.
YouTrain is co-funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. For more videos on non-formal education, please check out our channel and subscribe.